Ariana Grande has basically spent her entire career telling us exactly how she thinks and how she uses manifestation and not allowing one chapter to define her. So let's do a deep dive into her manifestation mindset, what we can learn from this, what kind of analysis we can take from this that helps you guys learn how to apply it to your own relationships, your own manifestations, because there's no denial that Ariana is a huge success. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Something interesting today. I know you guys enjoyed my Dua Lipa video. That was a spark of inspiration after hearing her music, seeing some news articles about her. I became very fascinated during her wedding season recently this summer, and I know a lot of other people have. I actually think I was a little bit ahead of the trend curve because I didn't see people constantly talking about it on TikTok. It was a little bit more inspired by things I had just seen in general rather than this trend now around training season. But anyway, that is off topic. We're talking about Ariana, her manifestation mindset, how she most likely manifested her relationships, her success. What does this say about how to use affirmations, speaking it into existence? All those types of things is what we are delving into in today's video. So let's jump into it. So Ariana is absolutely the queen of using her music to describe exactly how she views her life, exactly how she views her future, her goals, what she wants. Many songs describe this. I will be referencing everything throughout this video, so keep watching, because if you're a fan or you're interested to hear what exactly this means, different sections of this video will feature all the different relevant quotes, so stay tuned. But she has absolutely used her music over the years, her interview discussions over the years to express how she has used manifestation, how she views her music, and it really is a reflection of what she experiences, what she learns, the different eras of her life and different, relationship arcs that she's experienced and all of that. So she's not just documenting what she experiences. It's really fascinating how literally her song Just Like Magic, which we'll talk about in a moment, is literally a manifestation song about deciding what you want and deciding this is now mine. It is how manifestation works. Putting it out, I don't like to say to the universe, because the universe is not some kind of higher power. However, just putting it out there, focusing your mind on it, saying it, recognizing this is what I want and I'm going to get it. So Just Like Magic is literally all about saying, this is what I assume that I'm going to get, not being in a state of doubt, or it's not a sad love song or a pining song. It's literally saying it works like magic. It's almost like magic where I write down what I want. And as the lyrics will show, there really is so many amazing affirmations to take from this. It's definitely a song to sing along to. If you're a pop fan, an Ariana fan, this is one to literally belt out at the top of your lungs. And what's also really fascinating about this part is kind of the mental diet aspect that you can take from this. Those repetitive thoughts that you keep telling yourself and, continuing to repeat the same phrases over and over, and the way the song is kind of formatted and what she's saying in the song. But obviously, if we take you and your manifestations specifically, repetition of that is literally throughout the day. I don't just mean sitting and saying, oh, I'm going to loop my affirmations, but actually coming back to that thought, to that affirmation, to that statement. SP and I are together. My life is amazing. I have the job I want. I have the appearance that I want. Whatever you are manifesting, coming back to that, repeating those thoughts makes it easier for your mind to accept, more of like an automated reaction. And that familiarity is really what makes it more and more real. Your subconscious accepts it more and more. So that desire then turns into present tense identity, which I talk about a lot in my videos, of future focused identity versus present tense identity. You're not saying I want something or I will have something. I'm reaching out for something that I don't yet have. You're now adopting and connecting to by literally just repeating the song lyrics, repeating your affirmations. It's that simple. You're connecting to and building this new identity rather than saying, I simply have this desire, as Ariana has done in multiple songs, as we see from Just Like Magic. Not saying, oh, I want this, I wish I had this. Like I said, it's not this sad, pining love song that sometimes comes up. Of course, Ariana has songs like that as well about romance, but it's not that format. You're literally saying, this is what I have, this is what I want. This is not so much this is what I want, but rather this is what I'm going to get because I want it. And that is the power of repetition. That is the basis and foundation of what creates law of assumption as a powerful mindset and technique. So another song that's really interesting as well is, of course, Seven Rings. So this is as well talking at that, I think that was in my mind when I kept saying the word want, but it's about focusing on, well, I want this, so I'm going to get it and it's going to be mine, rather than, oh, I wish I had it. There is a differentiation there. So Seven Rings as well, which I saw her perform live, which was iconic and very fun, just like the music video, is very much as well. I see it, I want it, I got it. I think I missed something out there, but I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. But the point is, you decide, this is what I want in my life. It doesn't have to be a material item like, you know, what Ariana sings about. It can be this relationship with SP. You know, I see what other people have with self-concept. Oh, that girl, that guy looks amazing. I would love to aspire to be like that as well. Wow, their confidence, the way they style their hair, anything. Like, I myself, as an avid user of Pinterest, see this all the time. Inspiration, where I think, this is my true identity. This is how I want to express myself. This is the confidence level I want. We can all relate to that in different aspects. You know, whether you're a man or a woman, there will be role models or aspirational things you see in your life, and you say, that's my inspiration. Even if it's your SP and you say, I see the relationship we can have. You say, well, I see that. That is what I envision in my mind. That's what I'm connecting to. I would love to have it. I want it, and therefore I'm going to get it. You speak to yourself in that way. That's another great example of mental diet. And Seven Rings delves even deeper into identity and self-concept. It's not about waiting. It really is putting Ariana in this identity of this amazing life she has, her lifestyle, you know, just kind of, yes, she's flaunting it a little bit, but it's very fun. It's a very fun, uplifting song. Great for self-concept as well. The guys maybe, I know, probably won't connect really, but for any girls out there, like I said, it really is a great self-concept boost. Sing along to the lyrics, sing it to your mirror reflection, embody that energy, that confident identity of saying, I know I can have this. I'm not going to doubt anymore. I'm deciding, because I want this, because I like this, it's mine. I'm going to have it. It really is that simple.
Got me up on a late night. You steady playing on my mind.
So it really is all about luxury, abundance. It doesn't have to be luxury, like I said, in the material item or superficial type of way. Just having an abundance and this incredible life and lifestyle that you want. You're not detached from it. You're not wishing things were different. You're not in a victim mindset. You're deciding what is yours. So moving on to a different song as well. Thank You Next very much also taps into a different manifestation principle, very much ties into now the relationships. What has she manifested? How does this maybe shape her identity in relationships, and you guys being able to manifest your specific person, for example? So it very much taps into not letting one failed relationship or a bad relationship, a relationship that ended, define you or be this negative identity that you embody, that you take on past trauma, or you stay stuck in this mindset. You're not able to move forward mentally and, you know, move forward and literally thank you, on to the next one. Not in a superficial, you know, detached emotionally type of way, but rather a thank you for that relationship. Thank you for those lessons. I've learned, I've accepted, and I'm moving on. That's very much the manifestation principle. Again, with a mental diet, with self-acceptance, self-awareness of knowing, you know, if it's your SP or a past relationship, you're not going to sit stuck in that failure or the issues that came up. You're going to accept it, learn from it, and move on. It's not going to define your future relationship or your future circumstances. It's something to kind of take almost in a compartmentalized way, where you say, that was that relationship, that was that experience with this specific person. Doesn't need to define the rest of my relationships going forward or the future of my relationship with my person. So it's this amazing self-concept shift where, again, all three of these songs combined, amazing. You can loop them on repeat on Spotify or anywhere, and it's really going to be a really, I think a really fun way to engage with it, sing along, really embody and take on, what does this mean to me? How can I envision this for my own life? And instead of saying relationships are so difficult, they just don't work, why is it always a failure, I'm so heartbroken, moving beyond that and saying that relationship didn't work, that relationship or that circumstance was in the past, that failure was in the past. Now my future relationships are going to be even better. And she herself has also spoken a lot about how affirmations and words and mantras really are kind of being spoken into existence, where what you say, what you focus on, literally verbalizing that has a really powerful effect on your life. So from a law of assumption perspective, the way she then even structures her music makes it even more interesting as a fan. So your neural pathways in your brain, as you repeat these kind of phrases, as you embody this mindset, this identity more and more, take the positive perspective from everything, future focus, where you're saying, I'm letting that past go. This is what I'm creating for my future. That's my tunnel vision. That's my focus. I'm telling myself that I have it now. Your brain works on that familiarity. Your neural pathways learn from repetition, from familiarity, making something safe and normalized. Your brain is going to adapt because you apply that repetition. So Ariana has, of course, a little quick overview for anyone who's not familiar, or what we can learn from this. To give you the overview, she has had some tumultuous relationship history, to say the least. She did have an engagement to Pete Davidson, which was very high profile and unexpected, quite a few years ago now. I don't remember the exact year, but yeah, there was an iconic photo with them, and that was an engagement that ended, and I think probably inspired the Thank You Next. That's kind of when that whole era began, and I remember after that she included him in the song as well. She did also get married, so there is something to learn from that as well, because the marriage did end. So I'm not saying she's a role model to model all your dating experiences off of, but her mindset, the things that we can take from her songs, what do they teach us in hindsight, is definitely the way to look at it. And then she also had this very how do you say, scandalous relationship with Ethan Slater, who was her co-star in Wicked. Whole lot of drama behind there that we won't get into. Definitely look it up if you're interested. It was, yeah, a whole big thing that almost made me reconsider being a fan, but she's just too talented and fun to not be a fan of. She's a sweetheart despite that situation. So there were all these different chapters in her own personal history in recent years, but she has been able to reinvent herself, bounce back from that, take lessons from that, like her recent song as well, from her previous album, Yes And. Also a little bit controversial, but I love it. It's also such a fun mantra where you can also use that as a mental diet element to say, okay, this happened, yes, and just kind of brush things off. So it's, again, not to say Ariana Grande just, got her relationships right, it has everything right, is a role model. That's not what today's video is about, kind of analyzing what her mindset may have been to influence this, but also the amazing positive parts that each era is different. It's growth. She's stepping forward. She reflects in her music. You can tell from her songs, learning from it, moving forward with, of course, relationships. Thank You Next being the best, most positive example of that. So she repeatedly turns these past eras, relationship history and experiences into a narrative, into growth, into lessons, and kind of, like I said, compartmentalizing it, not letting it take over or influence or ruin your entire life, your entire mindset, moving forward with grace, with confidence, with high self-concept as well, not letting it tear you down. And one really beautiful lyric from one of her recent songs, I believe it's Petal, it's something along the lines of, I will grow like flowers from the tomb. So really, again, showing blossoming and blooming no matter what she's been through. So it really is the lesson to learn that your identity needs to encompass and be more stronger, built on a stronger foundation, be more powerful, and you need to connect to and understand it better than any one circumstance, any one specific relationship, negative event, negative circumstance. That cannot encompass and override all the work you've put in, all the effort you've put into your mindset, or say this is the be all end all, or this person is the be all end all. They're not. You are at the center of your reality. You're shaping it and deciding it. No one else, regardless of the circumstance, is deciding that for you. So the lesson to really take from Ariana's music is that she's building up this identity. She's showing who she is, who she aspires to continue evolving into. No matter what she's been through, no matter the circumstances, what people are saying about her, it is different obviously as a public figure, but again, we can learn the base principles from her experiences of, regardless of all of that, she's deciding who she is, what she wants in her life, what she's going to achieve, and what she's going to get. No one else is choosing for her. No one else has control over her. It's her life. She decides and she sets her standards. And that is a beautiful way to focus on and structure your self-concept work by saying, these are the affirmations I want to do. This is the way I want to view myself. These are the standards I hold for the people in my life. So your 3D reality is not going to decide for you what you deserve, what you experience. It's your decision, your mindset, your life. You're not going to be shaped by this one circumstance unless you say, okay, I'm going to give up on my positive mindset, let that take over and let that define me. That's not what you're going to do. You'd really have to put a lot of negative focus for that to be the case. So I think that is the most amazing manifestation lesson to take from Ariana, to take from all of her music, her experiences, what we can see from all of this in retrospect. And that's the best manifestation principle to focus on. You decide and you define your life.